Again, guys, the format is going to the same. It's going to the same format. We'll look at some of the ETFs and some of the names, and then you will do you take some chart requests in the end, and then in the end I'll post the watch list uh, to my Twitter page and in the free Discord channel. Yo, what's up, guys? What's up? You can wait a couple more minutes to start. Again, guys, I don't expect more people to show up today because doing it after so long and people not used to it. But don't worry, guys, I'll make it an ongoing thing. So you guys, those who especially work up all week long and they just want to catch up by end of the week and then also be want to be prepared for the week ahead. I think this is going to be a good place to come to every single weekend. Mhm. Already it's set to go. How are you guys doing? Do let me know in the chats, how you think the next week is going to be. Because, looking at Qs, this sideways consolidation spies, definitely broke out of that. And I'm looking at ES. What's ES doing today? Big break on the weekly. Looking at 15-minute time frame. Sideways action. Yes, 4-day trading. It's going to be a short week. Definitely, definitely not expecting a lot of volume in this week. We already in the consolidation phase. You're looking at this smaller time frame chart. So let's see. If markets comes out of this consolidation, definitely expecting a move higher pretty soon. But we can definitely see some small downside too before seeing a big move to the upside. Definitely gonna be definitely it's nice to be back in my office after almost a month and a half. Yeah, I was just bored trading from my phone and just been mainly from my phone and then just based on one screen. Okay, how about now? The volume increased a little bit. Let me increase the gain too. Should be fine. Okay. So guys, without wasting any time, let's get started. Hello and welcome everyone into today's live charting session with Big Bull. Today we're going to talk about the market analysis, and then we look at all the names, all the major names in the markets, and then quickly chart all the names. And in the end, we'll do some Q&A session, and then I'll also take chart requests too. If you want me to look at any charts, please hold on, till end of this stream. It's probably going to take me around 50 to 60 minutes to look at all the charts, and then I'll talk about the market analysis in general. So we'll do that in the end. So without wasting any time, let's get right into the ETFs list. The first one in our list is ARC. Let's look at the daily time frame. Looking at daily time frame, not looking so good on the daily time frame here. ARC looking at looks like we are heading towards this daily supply zone right here. Daily supply zone formed. Um, on here, shooting star followed by looks like a bearish engulfing candle. Looks like there's a little bit more downside is coming to arc, and then we can probably tag this demand, and then then we'll see if bulls really show up in this demand zone or not. And this also looks like a valid supply zone, but I'm not gonna consider the valid supply zone unless price breaks below this 47 zone here. So the game plan is clear for arc names. A little bit more downside into the demand zone, and then definitely can see some upside here. after. So the demand zone starts around 48.48. Nothing's much interesting here. And then looking at IWM, bearish engulfing again, weak looking chart here on the daily time frame. Shooting star followed by a bearish engulfing again, same looking at the weekly, not weekly, but I believe this was a 2 days time frame, a nice demand formed here, and then also, bearish engulfing on a daily chart. So, definitely expecting a little bit more downside here. Also looks like a nice supply formed on a smaller time frame here. So any push up into this daily supply zone, uh, you know, can give us a nice short entry, for a quick short entry back into this demand, and then followed by a move higher. If price comes into this demand zone, I think that would give us a really nice long opportunity, with a really low risk for the next couple of weeks. Because looking at the weekly chart on IWM, looks like it's ready to go. Let's look at bi-weekly time frame actually. Massive breakout here on this monthly and yearly range breakout, followed by a nice retest, and then a sideways consolidation here. Probably a week or two sideways consolidation here more, and then we can finally see a breakout. To 230 again, guys. 200 level is the big one here for IWM to hold. If it does not hold, we can definitely fall back into 137. So if we do tag this see this demand get tagged in next couple of days, then I will definitely go long, with the very tight stop loss here on small caps. With small, let's just quickly look at the dollar chart. Looking at dollar chart, is squeezing higher. Daily structures changed, so definitely bullish on dollar here. So that's why I'm expecting a little bit more downside in the markets, because our dollar was strong this past last 2 days of the week. And then looking at the 2 years yields, sideways action here, but definitely in an uptrend here. This bull flag breakout, daily and weekly structures changed. So let's see how that plays out. Looking at mm, semiconductors ETF, bull flag breakout again. Looks like in the daily supply zone tagged, and then some sort of rejection here too. So key levels for semis here would be 225.40 level here, and then a small gap to fill below. If we fill this gap, I think that would be an easy longs. I definitely, there are high chances, that I'm expecting that price will make a new highs on the semis. Semis are not done yet. I think there's one more leg higher coming, but again, we can see a little bit of cool off here in the markets for a day or two, and then the market's going to start pumping again to new highs. Looking at XLF, definitely not a good look. Definitely not a good look for XLF. Made a new all-time highs last week, and then closed week on the daily time frame, closed below its prior all-time highs with the bearish engulfing. But on the good side here for the bulls, a clean demand here. Clean demand here. So I think easy longs is coming, and this is definitely not the top on the banks. Bulls will buy every single dip. It's coming into the demand zone, probably one more highs, and then we can see some downside or sideways consolidation followed by another move higher. But that will analyze when the time comes. But for now, I'm only looking short term, a pullback into demand and followed by another highs. Looking at Qs here, triple Qs, ETF that tracks tech names. Mhm. Sideways, bull flag breakout again, guys. Same story here, on major ETFs again, guys. If SPY and Qs, if are looking the same, most of the ETFs are going to look the same. So I just only look at the main ones, and then we're going to look at some of the names from this trigger place list. There are 150 names in here. So we'll pick 15 to 20 names, and then I'll post 8 watch list from here. So but guys, it's nice to get an idea from these ETFs, where the market is heading. So especially on the weekends. Again, nice daily demand formed on Qs. So any pullback into demand, can give us a nice longs with the tight stops at 433 here. Demand zone starts around 441, and then goes up 430. if it goes deep into demand, tech can give us a nice longs here. Um, so now let's just come to Dow Jones. Again, Dow Jones looking pretty good here on the daily time frame. Massive range breakout here. Probably can see some sideways action going forward. But again, same thing, same thing. Most ETFs, guys. It's like I'm looking at the same ETF here. Um, uh, so nice demand zone again, pull back into this demand zone and move higher. Again, 393 is also a good level to see a bounce off. If price hold this level, I would not short Dow Jones. If price breaks below 393, then we can definitely see some quick downside in the Dow Jones followed by new highs. Now let's look at SPY in the end. Back-to-back bearish engulfing channel, bearish engulfing candles here on SPY. Not a good looking daily chart in the short run. There are some little bit bearish on the markets. Looking at the SPY chart here, also looking at the hourly charts here on SPY, the structure is not changed yet. It's like not changed. Structure is definitely a little bit bullish here. So bears want a break of 521. So 521 is going to be a big one going into tomorrow. And I'm also watching 522.55. So if this level breaks to the upside, then easy longs with the target of new all-time highs. Chances are low here, but and I think the only demand zone I see, below this is around here, which is also prior all-time highs. It would be nice to see, a quick retest of this prior all-time highs and then move back higher. This is what I'm expecting. Looking on the wave side, what waves are telling me is a clean ABCs here. A clean ABC move formed, sideways consolidation, flat correction, and then we had this wave one, wave two, and then wave three, and possible wave four is in play, and followed by quickly uh, wave five move higher. And looking at the retracements here, price came into this golden zone and then it quickly bounced. Looking at this from wave two to wave three highs, again expecting a price to drop into this golden zone and then bounce from here. If price comes here, should be an easy longs with a target of back to new all-time highs. Looking at SWIX, which is short wicks futures, looking a little bit toppy here on the daily time frame. Same kind of setup here. Let's look at an hourly or 2 hours time frame. Still a bullish action here, because the structure is not changed. Structure is pretty bullish here. So bulls needs to hold this 4174 level for it to move higher. Again, if SWIX is not breaking support, then the the VIX is gonna head down and the market is gonna rip higher. So bears really need this 4174 break, and then we can see some downside in the markets. Looking at VIX here, looking at sideways consolidation, looking really good here on 2 hour time frames actually. Sideways consolidation and some bouncing off this prior to 1237 levels. Looks like a clean move can come in the wicks above 1350, and that is the only supply zone that I see above that level. So a quick move in wicks into this supply zone, or either this supply zone, and then we can see another dump into the wicks, which is equal to market rips higher to new all-time highs. And then definitely expecting wicks to tag this 1137 zone in the future, and then make new 52-week lows. After that, we can definitely see a nice correction in the market, which can last up to 4 to 8 weeks. So guys, with that, we are done with the ETFs. If you guys have any questions on the ETFs and some of the levels that you've been watching, do let me know in the chat. If and then now we can move to our trigger plays list here. Mhm. Number one comes, I believe, my mouse stops working. double A, not a good setup. I'm not watching again, guys. I'm only gonna spend what, like 5 to 7 seconds, on on a chart. If I see if I like it, then I'll give it some time, and then we'll draw some levels for it. If I don't see a good levels, or I feel like it's not gonna be a good setup for this week, then I'm just gonna quickly skip it. I'm not gonna waste your guys' time. Um, American Airlines closed in daily supply zone here. So daily supply zone again, sideways action can come here. Looking at the daily magnets, looking at daily magnets, a little bit far from the magnets, can see some of the nice consolidation here, before moving higher. But if I want to go long on Delta Air, no, American Airlines, then I would simply wait for price to come into this demand zone right here. You know, clean demand zone here on American Airlines. I don't think it's going to get here, but if it gets here, then can give us a nice opportunity to go long with the stop at 1378. Looking at Apple, Apple, Apple's in a no man's land, in my opinion. If I want to go short, very good supply zone above here, because this supply zone caused a breakout structure in a smaller time frame. So any move into this supply zone can give us a nice shot with the target of 167, not 167, 165 and 67. Because if we look at on the daily time frame, not on the weekly, I mean. Looking at the weekly, these are the prior lows 165 and 67. And then all this, guys, yes, if you think, on the psychology side here, most of the people, who are long, this is their stop, which was on 23rd of October. All the people who went long here in this rally, or whoever's going long in this dump here, this is a prior swing low on the weekly time frame, which is their stops. And then if you think like a bank, this is their stop, and this is where the liquidity is. And then I think this is what they're gonna do. Big money is gonna drop Apple into this golden pocket around 162, 165 zone. And then they're gonna stop out every single one of them, and they're gonna trap the late shorts here below this level. And then it's going to be a time to move to the upside here on Apple. Clean ABC pattern is going on in Apple. I think definitely new highs coming, new all-time highs soon, and then definitely lagging hard compared to all the tech names out there. I'm not talking about Tesla. Tesla, they should stock. ABC, the clean. Again, also watching 170 support here on Apple too. On a 170 support, as long as 170 support is holding, a quick bounce into supply, we break it, and then we go to 166 straight. Definitely on high watch, but Airbnb, I like this setup. Definitely liking it. Here inside day on Airbnb with the bull flag breakout. I'm only gonna play a breakout. This is not a supply and demand play, but a clean intraday play. If we break 170, then I would get into a calls on a 15-minute retest there. Again, guys, if you're not familiar with how do I play these setups on intraday, I have a video on YouTube. It's called how to play actionable setups. Go and watch. I think it's only 20-25 minutes long video, but you would definitely get to know how to play intraday setups, how to play intraday breakouts, and then how to spot a fake out and all that. Pretty good video on it. Mm, how to play breakouts. Autodesk? No, not an Autodesk. And here, the firm is actually a good one. Rejecting supply. Again, same setup as Apple, but you're looking at it, it looks like Apple is here, and then Apple's gonna go and reject here. A firm is already rejecting it. Again, guys, if you learn supply and demand, that's the only thing that you need in trading in a long run. If you are a breakout trader, things, thing is that most of the breakout traders, they don't make it in a long run, because by the time you buy a breakout, or by the time a short breakout, it's already too late. So it's definitely good to learn supply and demand, so you always be early in the markets. Either it's a long side, or either it's a short side. So I encourage you guys to focus more on supply and demand, and rather less on on breakout trade, because breakout trade, they rarely works. Definitely, those people who play it, they play it, but I don't think there's a long-term solution to a trading. Um, supply and demand is definitely a key to go. Looking at a firm here, you know, an intro of an hourly demand form or 2 hour, let's say 2 hour, around 2 or 3 hours time frame demand form on a firm. So I'm expecting a drop into this demand zone and then a pop higher. Not a high conviction play here, definitely not a high conviction play. But as long as we tag this demand, it's gonna be an easy longs with a tight stops around 32.54. Only in this demand zone and price goes 30 for 30. So only one and a half point risk here on the long side with a target of new highs. But definitely looking ready, guys. Again, most of the small and mid caps names, they're consolidating in a range or they're either going down. But I just showed you the IWM chart on the bi-weekly that we got a big break on it. So if IWM starts moving higher and then a SPY and Qs go sideways, all these small and mid caps names, they're gonna start looking more good and good on daily time frame. As IWM starts to break out even higher. So definitely on watch all these small and mid caps names going forward. AMAT looking, definitely extended here. Definitely looking extended. Same setup as SPY. The only demand is right below here. Looking at the daily magnets, also a little bit stretched out here. Also, weekly is probably a little bit stretched to nice weekly demands on form too. If we get a pullback on AMAT on the to the weekly magnets, on the weekly demands should be an easy long. But right now, I don't want to play it unless we get a break of this to 1487 level. Once it breaks it, definitely new highs are coming in AMAT, but not interested now. AMC is a penny stock now. You know, massive breakdown here of this daily range. Looks like it's gonna have to new lows, below 413. Definitely on my watch list here. Watching if price stays below 413. I think there's only 10 or 15 cent risk here at current price with a target of 384 or even new lows at 360. So we are seeing almost 10 to 12% downside here with only 10 to 15 cents risk here on this trade. So definitely it's going to be a good one. AMD, um, it got news overnight that all these Chinese bans. But what I'm hearing, if you look at Apple, Apple dropped 8% after the China ban, and then it pumped higher. Look at AMD, I think it's going to be no overreaction to the news. A nice demand here around 162. It's going to be a easy longs on that drop. Just look at the volume. Just wait for a reversal. I think it's going to give us a nice reversal trade. Looking here, that's also a nice demand right below it. So if we break this 162, then I'll be watching this zone here to go long on AMD with a target of definitely new highs there. From what I know, there's only 8 to I think that AMD's revenue is only 8 to 10% is coming from their government devices. If we talk about China revenue of for AMD, so I think it's just going to be an overreaction if we see a big gap down. So a lot of demands here on AMD's and give us a nice longs here for the next couple of weeks going higher into this demand zone. Mm, Looking at Amazon, Amazon is one of the good ones here. On the long side, only if we break above this Friday highs, and then with a target of this new highs here around 181. Again, quick day trade on nothing else on Amazon. But I'm not gonna focus more on Amazon because I'm just gonna focus more on playing SPY and Qs. ENF. This is a sick looking chart. Here we go. Inside a shooting star back to back, or two shooting stars here, and then also rejecting this daily supply zone. Not a good looking chart. I think a small downside is coming in AVGO. I don't want to go long here in the supply zones, and then the only demand zone is right below here around 1270 or 1200 level. American Express, no. The game plan for BA is right on the screen. I don't think this is the bottom. For B again, guys, it's the same scenario that goes here. What I was saying that I talked about Apple. The smart money knows this is where the stop is around 176. Around this was a prior lows, and what they're gonna do? They're just gonna stop out all these buyers, those who bought, this whole pump, and then, this whole dump, thinking it's going to go up, and they're going to stop all these people, and then they're going to trap these late uh, sellers here in this zone, and then probably push higher, tag this supply zone, but definitely not interested in the longs yet. And I think it's going to new lows here in the mid. And again, weak looking candle here on the daily time frame, shooting star, bearish engulfing followed by shooting star, going close above and close this gap. So I'm watching 187.52 level here. If once it breaks, I think there's going to be a massive downside here, back to 182 zone. So definitely on high watch on the short side for British Airways. Uh, Alibaba's definitely not a good looking chart. Definitely not a good looking chart. We were short Neo on Friday, and then we made a nice 30-40% on it within the money puts. Mm, Looks like a nice bear flag on HSI Hang Seng Index, and then daily structures changed too. So definitely bearish on China right now, and then a daily supplies form too. As long as price is below 16, 970, definitely more lows coming to China names. BSE, same same setup as XLF. This is not the top, and then some a little bit more downside here into this demand zone can give us a nice longs in BSE. Beyond, no. Citigroup, same story, guys. All the banks are looking the same. All the banks looking the same. So you just need to pick one and then play that. Cat, bearish engulfing, guys. Most startup guys, most of these big names, blue chip names, they're gonna look the same. Is that when guys again, this is the nice run up from this, from the bottom, nice run up to the top, and then a small bearish engulfing candle, probably a little bit more downside here, and then they're gonna pump it back up. So again, guys, I know more and more people, they are just kind of frustrated with the market, the way it's going for almost 14 to 18 weeks. Market is going straight up, and then most people just say, oh, like, this week is going to be a red week this week. But again, guys, that's not how the market works. You need to wait for the market to show you that it is about to go down. And then how do you know it? That's a simple trick. I talk about it all the time, in most of my videos, is you just wait for a daily structure to change, and then you go short or long, looking at particular chart. I'm just going to give you a quick example here. We're gonna take a pause. I know, I don't wanna, bore you guys, looking at the charts. So I'll, include some of the quick, educational threads, in the middle of this live charting session. So looking at daily structure, this is what you want to see, whenever you want to go long or short, it does not matter the time frame. Is you want to see if price is heading to the lows here, and then price made lower highs, and then price made a lower low. So this is your confirmation that the trend is now changed. So now every single pump, all the big money is expecting to sell, because the trend is changed. The structure is changed. Price starting to make lower lows and lower highs. And then, guys, when this happens to SPY, at that day, oil will turn bearish. Let's look at SPY chart here. If we look at SPY, it did not happen, since this whole run up started in 27 of October, and then I am not bearish on it, because looking at this daily chart, price is constantly making this clear higher highs and higher lows here, right? So if I wanna, if I wanna turn bearish on SPY, then I just wanna see price to break this 508 level. Only then, I would turn bearish on SPY going forward, for a couple of weeks, because I know the weekly structure is changed, the daily structure is changed, and then now we have good supply zones, from to short, they're gonna form. Looking at Apple is a good example right here. Looking at Apple, if you guys see, price was in a in a clean up trend. Price was making these higher highs and higher lows, and look what happened right here, right around here. Price broke this daily structure here. price made lows, lower highs, and lower lows. At this point, I was not bit. I shorted this drop here on this gap down because at this point it was confirmed that all the smart money is out, and then price daily chart is changed, daily structure is changed, so there is no reason to go long yet unless price goes back into this demand zone. So now, look at it, price sideways action. And now when price broke this lows here, this lows, and that point price broke a weekly structure or the monthly structure, and then look at the drop after that and sideways action. And then even it's still a weak looking chart. And then I'm expecting even more lower prices just because the daily structure is still bearish. And then this is what you want to wait for, in most cases, if you want to go short, if you want to, short the top, or if you want to long the bottom. Guys, it be okay. It is always okay to wait for a little bit, 1 or 2 days or 3 days to get confirmation. Instead, just want to short the top, or just want to long the bottom. you know use this strategy, and then you can survive in this trading game for a really really long time. CCL again, guys, airlines on high watch airlines, because I did not show you a chart for the Jets ETF. Looking at ETF, you look at the weekly chart here, massive consolidation here on the weekly time frame. Weekly structure is definitely bullish here, making higher highs and higher lows. Prior highs retested it, bullish engulfing here. So I think a little bit more downside here coming to a Jetson in probably for a day or two, or for this next whole short week. But a big breakout is on the way to the Jets. Looking at it, a massive a downtrend. We got this one rejection, two and three, and then currently it's the fourth rejection right now. But I think it's going to break it this time. Probably after a week or two, more of consolidation, break it, and then it's going to head to 2244 level. So definitely airlines names and cruise names definitely on high watch for me for next a couple of weeks, with a nice easy upside. Looking at CCL, uh, bull flag breakout here, a clean ABC move is on the way. I think this is a wave three for CCL. Looking at here, clear wave one, wave two, and wave three and wave five move is coming to CCL here, as long as this 1423 low holds. And I'm watching 1728 breakout here on CCL to play the upside. You're not interested. Coin. How's Bitcoin? Bitcoin started section looks like bull flag breakout here. Again, guys, market can do whatever it wants. Bitcoin just gonna do its own thing. This is definitely not the top. Definitely not the top. And then looks like price, making these lower highs and lower lows, and it's almost done again. Most of the time, guys, price consolidates in this ABC correction here. ABC looks like it's done as long as lows holding. Definitely new highs is coming to Bitcoin here, and this is on the top. Looking at coin, same thing as most setups here. Um, a good demand zone below here. There's no point of going long. Right here. This is where no man's land. I wouldn't even think of going long here unless price is not in demand zone. Again, guys, you always want to buy cheap, and then you always and then especially in a demand zone, and then you want to sell when price is expensive, and it is in the supply zones, right? Easy. Supply is definitely going to new highs. BTC. Costco looks like a bear flag is forming on it after this earnings drop here. Shooting star followed by bearish engulfing. Again, it looks like it's a bear flag, but looking at supply and demand perspective, it is in the demand right now, and then it is going to be a bullish as long as it's holding this demand zone. So bears, going to be in control when 729.34 level breaks. So we'll just wait for this 729.34 level breaks to go short on it with a target of 713. CRM, no, CRM, too much job. Crowd's looking good. Crowd's definitely looking good, but again, service action. But I'm gonna play a breakout trade on this one. I'm just waiting patiently here. I think it can make a big move above 338.26 levels, definitely on high vol, going forward for next, couple of weeks. I don't think it's going to come anytime soon, but a little bit more consolidation here above 310 level, and then finally a breakout of 338 with a target of new highs here on crowd. CVNA, wow, this is one of a move from $3 to almost 19, and then definitely not looking like it's done. Daily range breakout followed by a retest, and then we got equal highs above, equal highs above, a clear liquidity above is there. And then I'm watching 19, not 19, 90.45 level breakout here. Once we break out, I'm targeting 95 on it. So we can see a quick move in CVNA above this prior highs. CVX, bull flagging in demand, probably new highs coming. How's oil looking? Just let me know if you're if you're enjoying this train, or and then you want me to do it every single week going forward, and then you're just gonna grow more and more. Well, oil is in demand. Oil is definitely in demand, and then if oil holds this 80 support here, we can definitely see new highs in oil. Definitely see new highs in oil. CVX on the other hand, on the other hand, is also bull flagging here. So I'm watching to see if it can make new highs to above 155 and 67 level. And then also made a new highs on the weekly time frame. So it's definitely bullish. On Delta Airlines, I was very bullish on it, inside the premium Discord. And one of the members asked too that if we should go short on it. The signs were pretty clear that there's no reason to go short, because looking at the daily time frame here, the price is pretty bullish, making higher highs and higher lows. And then looking at price, even though we got a fake out here, again, in an uptrend, guys, you do not look at these fake outs, as a bearish sign. You only look for, these are a good signs, because if there's a fake out, that the price is going to go into a demand zone. If price goes into a demand zone, in an uptrend, if price is in uptrend in a daily time frame, in a weekly and a monthly, it's all bullish. That means if price goes into in a demand zone, then there's a high chance that price is going to go back up to new highs. And and then same goes with the downtrend, right? If price is making lower highs and lower lows, and the structure is bearish, and at that point I do not really care about, even though it's a good weekly and weekly demand zone, or a monthly or daily demand zone. But as long as the structure is bearish, and then price is making consistent lower highs and lower lows, and then it's also forming at the same time a good supply zones to go short from, then I would not care about going long in that particular name. I'll just wait for a structure to change, and then I would change my bias accordingly. Again, this works in all time frame. So you guys, you would never see any indicator telling you to go long, or any indicator telling you to go short. It's just based on the market structure. Market is showing me to go long. We're gonna go long. Market showing us to go short, and the next movement after 50 minutes, we're gonna go short. It's as easy as that. Mhm. Looking at Disney, again, pretty bullish chart here on Disney. We expected Disney. I think Disney was around 90 or $90, and then I gave update to the members that it is going to the new highs, and it's going to cross 100 level. And then look at it, just a massive rally in Disney for wave three. Definitely not the top. Even if we see a small downside here for wave four, I think that is going to be an easy longs too, with a target of another wave five higher in Disney. I think a lot of catch up to do here on Disney. I'm expecting almost 133 to 135 here on Disney. DKNG, bit extended, not a good spot to go long. But a quick shorts can definitely work here with the target of this retest of this prior breakout level retest, and then move higher. DVN, same, all the oil charts gonna look the same. Massive breakout here of this monthly bull flag. Right? So it's gonna be a nice one to look at. ENPH, looking at the weekly time frame, not a good looking chart. Looks like a bear flagging. The structure is bullish. I mean the bearish. Weekly range breakdown followed by a retest. So I'm looking to go short solar names in this week, and then shooting star here, and then nice rejection here. I'm watching Friday lows 112, 13 support break, and with a target of 106, and next up is we have 100 target. So definitely a lot more downside is coming to solar names in my opinion, and then I'm gonna put in my watch list. Ian, let's see. No. Ford's looking good, guys, for an upside. Ford, it's definitely looking good for an upside here. Mm. Weekly demand formed in Ford. So if we get a pullback this week or week after in this demand, can give us a nice launch to the targets of 1344 or even 14 level here. Also, almost 4 to 6 weeks sideways range here. We break out of 1307 level, then it's again it's gonna be a nice longs here on Ford. And I think it's just going to squeeze more and more. Looking at the weekly chart, obviously again it's the oil name, and then oil, oil's pumping. Looking at this weekly chart, looks like this is, it's just gonna they're gonna pump it even more higher and higher. Um, Weekly demand is here, right below it. Any dips, bull's gonna buy it. Looking at copper names, let's look at copper real quick. Massive breakout here, downtrend breakout on copper right here, and then also weekly range breakout. I think new highs are definitely coming in copper, and then looking at FCX, it looks like it's showing the same. Back to back pumps, followed by this doji here, another breakout of this, and then 52 next, probably all-time highs, not all-time highs, 52 week highs right here, and then more highs, definitely on high watch of FedEx on the daily time frame. Again, bit extended, here from the daily magnet. Looking at daily magnets, pretty extended. I think can give us a really nice longs opportunity, probably, for a day or two or a week. Price goes sideways, and the magnet's gonna catch up, and then a good longs, when the daily magnets get tagged with target of new highs on FedEx. So definitely not a good spot to go long, but a quick intraday short can work for 30, 40, 50% trade here on FedEx, but I wouldn't risk it. I would only focus more on longs, um, and then wait for daily magnets to catch up with price. First Solar, same setup as Enphase Energy and all the other solar names. Looking weak, bear flagging here, and then rejected of this hidden supply here. Look at this hidden supply, rejecting of it, inside day, and then we also have this the shooting star. Watch 150, 126 level. We break it. Easy shots here on First Solar. Actually, not a good looking chart. Not a good looking chart. Again, another nice shot. Chart again, guys. I'm gonna probably look for 4 to 5 names that I'm going to I'm looking short into tomorrow, and then 4 to 5 that looking to go long in the markets. But looking at SPY, a small pullback I'm expecting. So there are low chances that I would go long unless a SPY is in demand or Qs it is in demand back again. FSLY structure is bearish, so definitely no more long trades unless there's a change in structure in the daily time frame, which is going to be on a break of 1347 or either 1423 level. So looking to go short here on Fastly on a break of 1240. We break it. Next obvious target is 1160. So a nice downside can come on intraday. Almost 5 to 7% downside is possible on break of 1240. Gold names, GDX is in about to tag demand here. About to tag demand. How's gold doing? not not a good looking chart on the daily time frame. Guys, watch for a daily structure change. It's gonna change below 2150 or 2149. Um, Precisely, if I say 2149 level, watch on gold. If we break it, I think daily bears is gonna come in control and then the driver's seat in the gold, and then I would not go long gold or any gold minus. So watch 2149, and then also watch this demand here on GDX how it holds. If it holds above 29 level, easy longs in gold. Not a good looking shot on the gold. Let's look at weekly. Oh, weekly shooting star too. Okay, that's not a good sign for gold. Shooting star also on GM, but I think that is not the top. Small retracement here back to 4170, and then quick longs here with a new high with target of new highs. Watch this level here. And again, never mind. I don't. Again, guys, I don't like this for shorts because holding above daily magnets that they are not far away, so we can see a little bit chop here. So let's just leave it. GME is a good one. It's a good shot. So definitely on high watch. I was waiting for it to go. I was waiting for it to break this 1310 level with the with the clear targets of 1220, because that's the only demand zone I see below this level, and then we can see almost 7 to 10% downside here on GameStop. Probably new lows too on it. Before earnings. When's earnings? Not before us. It's on Tuesdays. So let's see. We still have 2 days to short it into this daily demand zone around 1220 on high watch for 2 days. Google is one of the longs that I'm watching. I'm definitely expecting new highs in Google, new all-time highs. This is new all-time highs. Yeah, definitely expecting new all-time highs in Google. Wave 5 is in play, and then we got this bullish news, but market didn't care of the shooting star, and then they're attacking these highs again. So I'm expecting new all-time highs in Google, which is going to be around 155 and 35 and some more. For intraday, I'm watching 152.77 level. We break out of this level, should be an easy longs. And then looking at the dailies, if price starts to break down a little bit, and then we have this nice demand zone formed here on the daily time frame, around 149 or 148. So should be a good one for the long side. Google. Um, Goldman Sachs, massive breakout here on the weekly time frame. But again, bit extended here. I wouldn't go long here yet. But on the retest of this range breakout, which is around 396 to 400, we retest this level, and then look at the daily magnets are probably going to be there too. The weekly magnets are there. Retest of this level can give a really good long sale for Goldman Sachs with a target of on new all-time highs, which is 425 again. Same concept here, guys. Look how many charts I've shown you, with the same concept. Is that we know this is the highs, this is a stop level for most of the shorts out there. Those who shorted all this time, in this range here. This is their stop loss. This all-time highs. There's a stop loss, and then what the market is gonna do, what the big money is gonna do. They're gonna stop out every single one of them, and then how they're gonna do it, how they're gonna do it, and then they're gonna you know pump the price a little bit higher, probably spend a day or two or a week here above, and then boom, another dump here, right? Definitely not necessarily the dump is coming, but the point is to stop out all these sellers there, and then move the price higher, and then grabbing this liquidity, and then moving higher and higher. And looking at SPY, look at SPY. This is what happened with SPY. This most all the people, those who shorted here, this range, price is going down, price is going higher. If this is prior all-time highs was their stop, look what happened. A massive breakout, and then it is unstoppable after that, unstoppable. Right? And then even though a small pullback comes here, the bull's gonna buy it. Not bearish in the market for at least 2 to 2 to 3 months here, I think the market is definitely heading higher. Looking at SPY daily chart quickly, quick lesson here. Look at SPY weekly chart here. Again, guys, look at these weekly candles. It's a one-way street. And then all the late bulls, all the late bulls, those who missed this rally, what are they going to do? They are going to chase this rally on every single pullback. So even if we see a small pullback here, in this name, in SPY, a clear weekly demand zones are here. So what they're going to do is, the late bulls are the ones who are going to push the price higher to the one more highs, and then we're going to see a major drawdown in the markets. And then, whenever that time comes, whenever I get the signal, I will let you know in advance when to short the markets. For next couple of weeks, I gave you, a signal right here that we're going to see a drawdown in the market for a couple of weeks. And look what happened. Market just went down straight for 2 to 3 months. And then, this is where I switched to longs. And then since then, I'm long in the markets and buying every single dips in our premium Discord. And then, we barely short SPY, and it's been almost, more than 3 months, 3 months, yes. But for now, in my opinion, buy the dip is gonna be here for a couple of weeks. Now back to the charts. Looking at again, that Goldman Sachs definitely on my high watch. Mm, Not HE Hood, guys. Hood is the one. Hood is the one that you need, your eyes on. Looking at the weekly time frame, guys, massive breakout here of this monthly range. Look at the month, guys. Look at the monthly. They're gonna buy every single dip. They're gonna buy every single dip here on on it. Remove drawings and then looking at it. This massive range breakout, guys. Huge breakout here of this. And looking at it, it's also formed a monthly demand zone, which is good to see, on a name like this, especially on this strong breakout here. But I don't think, they're gonna test, they're gonna, price is gonna come, this lower to test this demand. If it comes to test this demand, then I think that is gonna be an obvious and easy longs with the tight stop loss around 10 and 24. But I'm focusing more on playing the breakout here because this demand is pretty far away, so I'm not thinking about it yet. I'm only thinking about a breakout inside week, ins not an inside week, but a doji here on the weekly time frame. So I'm watching 1930 on the look in the weeklies, bit extended from the magnets side of section, and then a breakout, would be nice to see 1930 breakout, and then we can see a nice squeeze higher. Next level is around 2373. You guys seen CVNA, how it just moved higher from $3 to 90. I think code is the next one, to give a move like that in the market. So definitely on high watch. So, but again, dailies definitely not looking good here. That's a daily demand zone, but we were talking about a higher time frame. So if it dumps tomorrow, or in a week, don't come at me saying this start dumping. I'm looking at the bigger picture. Mm, IBM, I don't like it. Intel also, Intel chips are also getting banned. In my opinion, with AMD. So watch 4125 level, and then, there's some nice downside to Intel. Guys, watch 4125 level on Intel. If it breaks it, I think it's heading back to 39 level, and that's the only demand zone I see on the daily time frame. So that's looking at the volume profile here from this earning states. Looking at a nice volume gap too here, below 4125. We break it, should be an easy shots here. Mm. J&J, I'm watching shorts on this one. Setting my alert here at 154.87. Again, it's going to move slow, so I'm going to be playing in the money puts or at the money puts on J&J, but definitely a good looking short setup here if we break 154.87 level with a target of 153 and 150 1.5. JPM, all the banks looking the same, bearish engulfing here on the daily time frame. A small pullback here to the daily magnets or to the weekly magnets here. To the weekly magnets, probably a red week is coming for the banks here, or the JPM at least. Since only one red week, since this last year October bottom, and then we, pretty extended from the magnets. So one red week is possible for JPM. Coke is also not a good looking chart at these highs. Rejecting this daily supply zone here. Rejected daily supply zone. Inside day shooting star can see a downside too. I'm not gonna play it, but it's good to know what's happening in the markets. Lucid bear flagging, clear bear flagging. And guys, again, I don't know how many you guys trade this, um, but it can give us a nice move with the at the money puts or in the money puts on this bear flag breakdown with a target of new lows, with new all-time lows actually. Lee Autos bearish. Um, Southwest Airlines LUV not looking good. I think one more low is coming uh, on LUV, and then we can talk about some of the bullish that's coming to it. But for now, not a good looking chart for a short term. Lift is a good one. Lift is a good one on the long side. Um, Daily range breakout, bull flag breakout, and then inside day on probably low volume too. Low volume inside day, after this high volume breakout day. So, a good looking chart, good looking setup for the upside, watching highs around 2082 breakout with a target of 2152. And then we have this massive, massive gap to fill. But I think it's going to fill it sometime soon in this month or next month, because looking at Uber is trading at all-time highs. The lift is definitely lagging a bit. Mm, Macy's, no. Mora can give a good longs in this daily demand. With the I have a high chances that I would probably add commons in this demand zone with the tight stops at a 1740 with the Bitcoin looking like it's about to go higher. A little bit more downside here. 6 to 7%, and then I will probably add longs in this demand zone, with that 10% stop on my commons, or 10 to 50% stop on my commons, with a target of new highs here. So can gives a good trade here. Tomorrow, and then lagging too, with the comparing, if we compare it to a coin, MSTR, and all the names, because it was going nice, until this earnings drop here, and then it just did not catch up. So possible if market, yes, Bitcoin starts to move higher, Mara will catch up. One of the few names that were green, which is Meta, uh, breakout of this range here, retesting it too. Kind of not liking this setup here on the daily. Daily is actually looking good. On hourly longs possible above 511. Setting an alert at 511 on Meta with a target of 515. So a quick intraday play, definitely not a swing, not a swing, but a quick. Oh, wait. I don't know, is Bitcoin anything about when Bitcoin halving or anything. We just play based on the charts. Based on the daily or weekly demand zones. So that's what I'm seeing at this moment. If it holds, it holds. If it does not, it does not. And then it's better to have again, guys. Every single play I get into, it does not matter. Either it's the option play, future play, or equity play. My risk is always clear to me. Before my targets, I know what my risk is if I'm getting into a trade. That's why I'm giving you guys the levels. So I'm giving you levels on every single trade. Right. So, if the trades fail, it's failing. If it works out, it's gonna work out. But as long as you guys have a plan, before entering into a trade, you guys, gonna be in this game for a really long time. And then, that's why, I've been in this game for almost 5 years, and with the God's grace, it's going great. Um, Looking at Marvel Technologies here, 60 sideways chart, not a fan of this chart here yet. I think one more low is definitely possible in Marvel, because of this equal lows here that it formed on 19th of March. So I think quickly sweep this lows here and then pump it back up. Morgan Stanley, same chart. And Microsoft is a good looking chart to the upside. All-time again, only one level here, all-time highs breakout, and then more's coming. MSTR, talked about it. NEO is also a weak looking chart. I think definitely new all-time lows coming to, not all-time lows, but is 52-week lows coming to NEO. I'm expecting $4 to trade in this name here on a break of this prior lows. We'll look at Tesla too. Nvidia, wow, it's a good one. Definitely new all-time highs coming. Definitely new all-time highs coming with a massive breakout. If we got a small dip tomorrow in this demand in Nvidia like this, it can give us a good trade on the long side. Then another good short setup I'm watching. Setting an alert at 17:15 here. Daily range breakout or let's say daily flag breakout here. Um, below and 17:15 breaks and then we got 16:44, so can be a good intraday play here on a pen. Oops, you don't like it. Pins a good one, but again I'm not gonna have too many names watching. We're only watching too many names. We already got almost 13 here and then 5 here, so we got like almost 15 to 17 names plus pi and q's. It's not gonna. mm, I'm only gonna stop at the side that I really like the most. Rivian, I'm short Rivian over the weekend. I'm Rivian short over the weekend. Bear flag breakdown, and then on intraday, I'm watching this level here, 1056, 1056 breaks. I'm expecting $10 to trade, and possible single digits to coming in Rivian below 1056. PayPal longs, not yet. I don't like the longs yet. With this outside bar, bearish engulfing. The only demand I see is around 63.79 or 62.88. Price comes to this demand zone. Bulls needs to hold it above around 62.70 level, and then we can see a new highs in PayPal, but a little bit more downside of 1.5 to 2%, and with me you can't play with the tight stops. Roku, Roku's not a good short. One more loss coming to Roku. Setting in guys. Guys, whenever I play, this name, I only, choose one name in one. Let's say, there's Roku, Shopify, Square, or Arc, because I know all these names, they belong to Arc ETF. And then if Arc is going up, these names are going to go up. If Arc is going down, all these names are going to go down. So, if I'm focusing on one name in an ETF, so I'm only going to focus on one name. So there's no point of me focusing on all 3 or 5 names in the arc. So I think Roku is going to be the one for next week that I'm going to be more focused on, with the downside target of 61 and a small gap to fill around 59. Putting in my green here. Pfizer bottomed. Let's see the weekly structures changed. So now bulls needs to hold this 25.75 level, but I don't like this chart here because we got this equal lows here, on this was the COVID bottom, bounced, another bounce here, and equal lows here. Chances to see one more low is definitely high. Daily structures, is gonna change tomorrow, and it's already changed, right? So not a good looking chart, not a good looking chart. So I would only go long in this demand zone, but low chance is gonna hold. So that's the only bulls can wish, if price comes to this demand zone, then only then it can hold this level. above a 25.58. But what a good looking chart. BA guys, I talked about BA. You can just quickly rewind it when it ends. I gave the full game plan on BA. Now let's quickly jump to Square. Square, same chart as most. Tesla. Looking at Tesla, closed in a supply zone here. So again, still bearish on Tesla below 178. Below 178. More lows coming to Tesla. A little bit more upside tomorrow in this supply zone here on the daily time frame. Quick tag supply zone with a target of new lows around 154 and then 155. Mm, yes, I don't like it really on UPS. No, UPST, not yet. Okay, guys, not many names left, guys. So let's just head to our chart request. So do let me know, if you want me to look at any charts, which was or if I missed any, just in case. So I will let you know on my thoughts on your favorite name. Okay, Wolf, never heard of it. Terra Wolf. Actually looking good after earnings. Actually looking good here on the daily or weekly time frame. Nice volume comes in, but again, Wolf still needs to do a lot of work here to push it higher. Uh, Weekly structure is going to change above 273, so watch 273 level. Looking good here, not gonna lie. Looking good on the daily time frame, but definitely bit extended here. So 273 is the key level to break to change the weekly structure here, right? But at this point, I wouldn't go long yet. That the daily demand is right below before the breakout, but I would wait for 273 breakout and then I would buy the dip on it. A clean downtrend breakout too. Looking at a 3-day chart, yes, definitely a little bit extended here, but demand is below, so it's a good looking chart to the upside. Mm. What else we have? We got CVS. CVS dailies, shooting star on the daily time frame. Mm. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly is looking good for more upside. Watch daily magnets. Oh shit, it's rejecting. Uh, No, I think definitely looking good here. Weekly range breakout. I would buy the dip. I would buy the dip on the weekly magnets here. A little bit extended here from the magnets. So probably a small pullback or small sideways action we can see this week, right? And then on the weekly, magnets can go long with the targets um, of this prior highs. And then also, 73 is the key level to hold. If price tags this demand zone on the weekly, I think that would be a nice long with the very tight stops with only I would say 75.60 with the stop loss of 73. So small uh, risk here on the long side if we get a small dip on it. Dogecoin. Been a while since I opened this. What is this chart? On the daily time frame. New highs, definitely new highs. New highs coming on it. Um, Watch daily magnets, clean chart on the daily time frame, daily range breakout too. I think we can see a small pullback here to point 16.5, and then more upside on it. Good looking chart on the with a target of 20. How much is upside? 25% upside, not bad. Can throw some lotos with the 50x. BATF. Yo, what are these names, guys? I never heard of it. Okay, this is not looking good. This is because why you all guys into finding penny stocks? Come on. Um, Needs to hold 212 here. Daily demand is right below So a quick tag of this demand, bulls needs to hold. If not, you know, boom, another loss. Can't do anything about it. Mm, When I heard this one, I heard about this one. Looks like bull flagging, but a little bit more consolidation is possible in this name here. Needs to hold this 98 level. 98 level needs to hold, and then can definitely see some nice highs on it. I think a little bit more downside, a quick. I think what they're gonna do is they constantly making this lower high. So price is definitely bearish now on a daily time frame. So I think they break this lows here, tag this demand, and then complete this pattern here, and then boom to the new highs possible. All right. Uh, what is guys? Is this really OTC? Now you guys in OTC, MONG? Come on, you can find this name. Let me know. CLSK. Oh shit, this is a good looking chart. Uh, Range breakout followed by a good retest. Also looking like you know a bull flag breakout too on it. Hmm. Looking good, definitely looking good here. Hold 1830, 1840 level, can see some upside, but good longs, I mean, less risky longs would be in this demand zone. And if we tag it, it could be a nice one with target of new highs. Yeah, CLS, I know, guys. I used to play this name, back, in this run here, this holder that I started. I remember trading it in this zone here, back in October of 2020. I also traded it, in July of 2022. I, also caught some of this moves. So it was pretty wild, pretty wild. I was playing options on it. On CLSK, there was another one that I, made nice money on, which was CAN. Yeah, CAN was also a nice name in the Bitcoin, before, after 2020. Look at it. I was going along in this name every single day and I'm making nice money. Look at this, it was fucking a dollar and then went up to almost $40 and now it's getting no love. It's back to a dollar and then I don't think it's gonna go back up again because some of these names they only come into play once in a 100 years type place. Um, so guys, let me know if you guys want me to look at any other names or if you guys have any questions in general about the markets or just anything. Like yes, guys, I do trade futures on Apex, with the Apex prop firm, but that is but options is the main game for me because I traded live with my team every single day, and then I'm planning on going on doing live trading every single day too with them going forward. It was in pause for 2 or 3 months, but since now I'm back from a long vacation, so I'm going to be doing it every single day. But so and we play options, and then sometimes I give up future trades too, but I never really take it seriously to a lot to anyone, but I just keep it to myself. Mm. All right, guys. So with that, I'm gonna take a leave. Hope you guys enjoyed this first charting session of 2024, and then again we hope to do it a lot more in the future, every single week hopefully, and then one midweek live charting session, quick look at the quick look at the charts. I'm I'll be hoping to see you guys again in the next live. Because with that, I'm going to take a leave. Have a good weekend, everyone, and then keep banking.